It's almost weird looking back on to think the football was absolutely terrible, we didn't put in a performance, and then to come away with the personal life just changing so dramatically. I owe a lot to that night in Kazakhstan.
Been on 39 away trips.
Germany, France, Holland, Spain.
From Norway to Cyprus.
Macedonia, Georgia, Kazakhstan, San Marino. Meeting new faces, new people, going to new places you wouldn't normally go to, and just exploring the world, really.
My name's Karen, I'm a member of the Tartan Army, and if Scotland are playing, you can pretty much guarantee I'll be there.
My name's James, I'm a member of the Tartan Army, and I follow Scotland everywhere. Kazakhstan for me was one of these trips. It is a million miles away, and you consider, is it worth going?
It was very, very cold. It was like minus 36, and it was just one of these places that you'll never visit if you didn't follow Scotland.
The hope was there that we could take maximum points from the first 3 games and give ourselves the best chance possible of finally qualifying for a major competition.
Yeah, it wasn't our best performance.
The game was just a disaster. 2-0 down, I think, from after 10 minutes. Devastating.
We got a thumping. It wasn't great.
I know the football shouldn't really affect you, but it does. I was looking for reassurance, I would say, of why I do this and what's the point in it. To spend all this money, all this time off work to go away, to be beaten 3-0 by Kazakhstan, and you just think, right, why do I keep doing this?
The trips are so much more than just the game. You would just go back to the pub and you would just try and pick yourself up.
We'd walk back to the hotel bar and you could hear my dad's voice clear as day from the hotel bar, and we just thought, right, we'll go and help whoever my dad was speaking to, and it turned out that Karen was sitting next to my dad.
James came in and George was like, well, this is my son. So then he sat down and he was like, oh, I need to get a drink. And I was like, I've got a bottle of vodka, you can just have a drink of mine. That was it. We just sat for hours and hours and hours and spoke.
It's just like there was nobody else in the room.
And I remember thinking that I just didn't want to move, like I was just completely happy where I was.
I was feeling like, almost like I was meant to be there. It was like I just forgot about football instantly.
Kept in contact after that, met up again in San Marino, and then we went on our first date when we came home. Would never speak to a guy on a trip and think anything other than it's just going to be a friend kind of thing. But I just remember being so comfortable, I just didn't want to move away from the table. I just didn't want you to leave.
My first impression was that she was beautiful. I wanted to speak to her. It was just chance and timing. Kazakhstan, even though the football was rubbish, but looking back in hindsight, it's the best result possible for myself, at least anyway.
So what's it like watching a game together now?
You're very stressful.
I knew you were going to say that.
Things could have been very, very different if either of us hadn't gone to Kazakhstan, or we hadn't booked the same hotel, or there's so many ifs and buts if we just hadn't bumped into each other, or I hadn't bought that bottle of vodka.
To be sitting in that pub thinking, what is the point of all this? 2 years later, I'm now married, we're going to the Euros. You just never give up. You don't know what's around the corner, you don't know what's next, and you don't know what's going to happen, and someday everything's just going to click. I'm so grateful for Kazakhstan.